Okay, so this one I wanted to just quickly touch on, again, stemming from crazy summer with lots of new things going on, and for everyone else, everyone's getting settled back into life. The topic I wanted to talk about today was INTJs dealing with their sensory function being in overdrive. So we talk about how when we're functioning on like full pistons and totally solid, this is not our primary function out of our stack. So when it rears its, I won't say ugly head, but when it rears its head up, it's usually something that is coming from a place where we've been burnt out, or we've been exhausted, or we've been let down or traumatized. And that's not the place that usually we want to understand, because we have to deal with our feeling functions at the same time. And those two coming together are not the best pair, for myself at least. And so what I found interesting is, for myself, I have been going through just not a little bit, actually, it's been quite the interesting ride with coming on a hiatus from my startup company and trying to make sense of next steps, where it's going. And it really started to bring forward my increase in my burnout. And I can't remember if I've brought that up before. I've written quite a bit about it on my writing, and I'll start posting links to those in there if anyone's interested in reading. They're usually pretty quick, just like the videos. But what I found is the burnout really caused to grind my INTJ like super functions to a halt. Instead, I was going to basically the extra functions that are ones that are not ideal for us to deal with. And for myself, it was the sensory functions. But I found that it almost turned into a good thing, where it allowed me to get back into my own body, my own being. So instead of being in my head all the time, thinking, strategizing, managing, leading, making sense of things, all of those things, the sensory bit came back to almost like just a very primary function of, understanding the tactile feel of the things that I'm holding. It grounded me back. And we can talk about how the sensory side, when it does come up, it can lead to really negative things for us. Like we can start spiraling out of control, and that definitely can happen. But it also can have a blessing in the fact that it reroutes you into very basic external feelings and textures and vision, and being able to speak to individuals without having thoughts running through your head. And there's simplisticness that, by no means am I saying that people that have sensing as one of their stack as a primary, that is not the case. What I'm saying is that it is allowing that simple, wonderful feeling of being grounded and present that we at times may not always feel, because we're always thinking so far ahead. And burnout gives you, unfortunately, a penalty box situation where you can't get out of it. Once you're in burnout, you are not allowed out. You have to be in there until your body tells you you have to get out. So in the meantime, I find it was so beneficial to even grudgingly embrace the sensing feelings that came from the experience. And it actually gave quite a bit of beauty to the everyday around me. And I'd love to hear what other people have to say. I think people have been bringing up the whole idea of burnout to become more mainstream and understood, I guess, and accepted by the public. But it's been around for a long time. This is not a new concept. It's just now being recognized more. So I'd love to hear other people who have reached those levels of burnout and how they felt and dealt with their situations regarding their having to get through it, because you can't bulldoze your way through it. It has to be done on the burnout's terms. So be interested to hear what you have to say. Love to hear other people's comments regarding how they've noticed when they have had to see their sensing side come up because of certain parts in their lives that that's where they default to. As always, video requests, comments, love to hear them, and leave them in the comment section. Thanks so much.